Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Ebola Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Bolo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Bolo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare. Bolo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Rama Rama, Hare. Bolo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare. Bolo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Haribol, 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 Nitagora, Haribol, 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 Nitagora, Nitagora, Haribol, Haribol, Gori Haribol, Nitagora, Haribol, Nitagora, Haribol, 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 Nitagora, Haribol, Nitagora, Premanandi Ki Jai. Shri Radha Nilamadava Ki Jai. Hare Krishna Mahamantra Ki Jai. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Haribol. Today we're going to hear from Beyond Birth and Death. This is a nice, very nice book. It's called Beyond Birth and Death. And we're going to hear the following. The spiritual world is called unmanifested because one cannot perceive it with material senses. Avyakto kshara iti yuktas tamahu paramam gatim yam prapya na nivartante taddama paramam mama. That which the Vedantas describe as unmanifest and infallible, that which is known as the supreme destination, that place from which, having attained it, one never returns, that is my, meaning Krishna's, supreme abode. Bhagavad Gita 8.21. A great journey is indicated in this verse. We have to be able to penetrate outer space, traverse the material universe, penetrate its covering, and enter the spiritual sky. This is the supreme journey. There is no question of going a few thousand miles away from this planet and then returning. This sort of journey is not very heroic. We have to penetrate the whole material universe and enter the spiritual sky. This we can do not by spaceships, but by Krishna consciousness. One who is absorbed in Krishna consciousness and who, at the time of death, thinks of Krishna is at once transferred to the spiritual world, Vaikuntha. If we at all want to go to that spiritual sky and attain real, eternal, blissful life, full of knowledge, we have to begin now to cultivate our Sat Chit Ananda body. Sat means eternity, Chit means all knowledge, and Ananda means bliss. It is said that Krishna has a Sat Chit Ananda body. Ishvara Parama Krishna Sat Chit Ananda Vigraha. And we also have a similar body of eternity, knowledge, and bliss. But ours is very small and is covered by the dress of this material body. If somehow or other we are able to give up this false dress, we can reach that spiritual kingdom. And once we can attain to that spiritual kingdom, we will never have to come back. Yam prapya na nivartante. We never have to come back again. Everyone then should try to go to Krishna's supreme abode. Krishna himself comes to call us, and he gives us literatures as guidebooks and sends his bona fide representatives to teach us. We also take advantage of this facility because to human beings, we should take advantage of this facility given to us beings. For one who reaches that supreme abode, penances, austerities, yogic meditation, and so on are no longer required. And for one who does not reach it, all penances and austerities are a useless waste of time. The human form of life is an opportunity to get this boon, this blessing, and it is the duty of the state, parents, teachers, and guardians to elevate those who have acquired this human form of life to this perfection. Simply eating, sleeping, mating, and quarreling like cats and dogs is not civilization. We should properly utilize this human form of life and take advantage of this knowledge to prepare ourselves in Krishna consciousness, so that 24 hours a day we will be absorbed in thoughts of Krishna and at death at once transfer to that spiritual sky. Purusha sa para parta bhaktya labhyas tvananyaya yasyantak stanik bhutani yena sarvam idam tatam. The Supreme Personality Godhead, who is greater than all, is attainable by unalloyed devotion. Although he is present in his abode, he is all-pervading and everything is situated within him. If we are at all interested in reaching the supreme abode, Vaikuntha, the process as indicated here is Bhakti Yoga or Bhakti. Bhakti means devotional service, submission to the Supreme Lord. The root of the word Bhakti is Bhaj, which means service. The definition of Bhakti is given in the Narada Pancharatra. Sarvapadi Vinir Muktam Tatparat Vena Nirmalam Rishikena Rishikesha Sevanam Bhaktir Uchyate. Bhakti means engaging all one's senses in the devotional service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the master of the senses. The result is that one is freed from all material designations and one's senses are purified. If one is determined to get out of all the designations that are attached to the pure spirit soul and which arise due to the body and are always changed when the body is changed, one can attain to bhakti. The practice bhakti, one must realize, to practice bhakti, one must realize that he is a pure spirit and not matter at all. Our real identity is not this body, which is simply a covering of the spirit soul. Our real identity is dasa, servant of Krishna. When one is situated in his real identity and is rendering service to Krishna, he is a bhakta. Here, Hrishikena Hrishikesha Sevanam. When our senses are free from material designations, we will utilize them in the service of the master of the senses, Hrishikesha or Krishna. As Rupa Goswami points out, we have to serve Krishna favorably. Generally, we want to serve Krishna for some material purpose or gain. Of course, one who goes to Krishna for material gain is better than one who never goes to Krishna. But we should be free from desire for material benefit. Our aim should be to understand Krishna. Of course, Krishna is unlimited, and so it is not possible to understand him fully, but we have to accept what we can understand. Since we have to serve Krishna favorably for our pleasure, we need to understand what will please Krishna. How can we know this? From books like the Bhagavad Gita. The Bhagavad Gita is specifically presented for our understanding, and when we receive the right information or interpretation from the right person, we can know what will please Krishna. Then we should serve him favorably. Krishna consciousness is a great science with immense literatures, and we should utilize them for the attainment of bhakti, pure love and devotion for Krishna. In the spiritual sky, the Supreme Lord is present as the Supreme Person, Purusha Para. There are innumerable self-luminous planets in the spiritual sky, and in each one, an expansion of Krishna resides. They are four-armed and have innumerable names. They are all persons. They are not impersonal. These Purushas, or persons, can be approached by bhakti, devotional service, not by challenge or philosophical speculation or mental concoctions, nor by physical exercises, but by devotion without the deviations of fruitive activity. What is the Supreme Person like? Yasyantak stani bhutani yena sarvam idam tatam. Every living entity and everything is within him, meaning Krishna, and yet he is without. All pervading. In other words, Krishna encompasses everything in the material world, and he is also outside of it. How is that? He is just like the sun, which is situated in one place, and yet it presents all over by its rays. Although God is situated in the supreme abode, his energies are distributed everywhere, nor is he different from his energies, inasmuch as the sun and the sunshine are non-different. Since Krishna and his energies are non-different, we can see Krishna everywhere if we are advanced in devotional service. Premanjana churita bhakti vilochanena santak sadaiva hidayesu vilokayanti yam shamasundaram achintya gunaswarupam govindam adipurisham tamaham bhajami. I worship the original personality of Godhead, Govinda, whom the pure devotees, whose eyes are smeared with the ointment of love of Godhead, always see within their hearts. Brahma Samhita, 5th chapter, 18th verse. Those who are filled with love of God see God constantly before them. It is not that we saw God last night and he is no longer present. No. For one who is Krishna conscious, Krishna is always present and can be perceived constantly. We simply have to develop the eyes to see him. Due to our material bondage, the covering of the material senses, we cannot understand what is spiritual. But this ignorance can be removed by the process of chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. How is this? A sleeping man may be awakened by sound vibration. Although a sleeping man cannot see, feel, smell, or taste, the senses of hearing is so prominent that he can be awakened by sound. Similarly, the spiritual soul, although now overpowered by the sleep of material contact, can be revived by the transcendental sound vibration of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Rama is simply an address, meaning simply a way of calling the Lord, Krishna, and his energy. Hare means the Lord's energy, or Radharani, and Krishna is the name of the Supreme Lord, Krishna. So when we chant Hare Krishna, we are saying, O energy of the Lord, Srimati Radharani, O Lord Krishna, please accept me as your servant. We do not pray for anything else. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself prayed, Ainanda tanuja kunkaram, patitam mam vishame bhavam buddho, kripaya tava padapankaja stita dulisadrisam vichintaya. O son of Maharaj Nanda, I am your eternal servitor, and although I am so, somehow or other I have fallen into the ocean of birth and death. Please, therefore, pick me up from this ocean of death and fix me as one of the atoms at your lotus feet. Shikshastika number 5. The only hope for a man fallen into the middle of the ocean is that someone will come and pick him up. If someone comes and lifts him from a few feet out of the water, he is immediately relieved. Similarly, if we are lifted from the ocean of birth and death by the process of Krishna consciousness, we are immediately relieved. Although we cannot perceive the transcendental nature of the Supreme Lord, his name, form, qualities, and activities, if we establish ourselves in Krishna consciousness, gradually God will reveal himself before us. We cannot see God by our own endeavor, but if we qualify ourselves, God, or Krishna, will reveal himself, and then we will see. No one can order God to come before him and dance, but we can work in such a way that Krishna will be pleased to reveal himself to us. Krishna gives us information about himself in the Bhagavad Gita, and there is no question of doubting it. We just have to feel it to understand it. There is no preliminary qualification necessary for understanding the Bhagavad Gita, because it is spoken from the absolute platform. The simple process of chanting the names of Krishna will reveal what one is, what God is, what the material and spiritual universes are, why we are conditioned, how we can get out of that conditioning. Everything will be revealed step by step. Actually, the process of belief and revelation is not foreign to us. Every day, we place our faith in something that we have confidence will be revealed later. We may purchase a ticket to go to India, and on the basis of the ticket, we have faith that we will be transported there. Why should we pay money for a ticket? We do not just give the money to anyone. The company is authorized and the airline is authorized. So faith is created. Without faith, we cannot take one step forward in the ordinary course of our life. Faith we must have, but it must be faith in that which is authorized. It is not that we have blind faith, but that we accept something that is recognized. The Bhagavad Gita is recognized and accepted as scripture by all classes of men in India. And as far as outside India is concerned, many scholars, theologians, and philosophers accept the Bhagavad Gita as a great authoritative work. There is no question that the Bhagavad Gita is authoritative. Even Professor Albert Einstein, such a great scientist, read the Bhagavad Gita regularly. From the Bhagavad Gita, we have to accept that there is a spiritual universe, which is the kingdom of God. If somehow we were transported to a country where we were informed that we would no longer have to undergo birth, old age, disease, and death, would we not be happy? If we heard of such a place, surely we would try as hard as possible to go there. No one wants to grow old. No one wants to die. Indeed, a place free from such sufferings would be our heart's desire. Why do we want this? Because we have the right, the prerogative to want it. We are eternal, blissful, and full of knowledge. But having been covered by this material entanglement, we have forgotten ourselves. Therefore, the Bhagavad Gita gives us the advantage of being able to revive our original status. The Sankarites and the Buddhists claim that the world beyond is void, but the Bhagavad Gita does not disappoint us like this. The philosophy of voidness is simply created atheism. We are spiritual beings and we want enjoyment, but as soon as we think our future is void, we will become inclined to enjoy this material life. In this way, the impersonalists discuss the philosophy of voidism while trying as much as possible to enjoy this material life. One may enjoy speculation in this way, but there is no spiritual benefit. Brahmabhuta prasanatma na sochati na kankshati samak sarve subhutesu madbhaktim labhute param. One who is thus transcendentally situated at once realizes the Supreme Brahman and becomes fully joyful. He never laments or desires to have anything. He is equally disposed to every living entity. In that state, he attains pure devotional service unto Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He who has progressed in devotional life and who is relishing service to Krishna will automatically become detached from material enjoyment. The symptom of one absorbed in bhakti yoga, or the yoga of love and devotion for Krishna, is that he is fully satisfied with Krishna. Jai Shri Krishna Bhagavan Ki Jai. Okay, so there's wonderful statements here, and this is in a book called Beyond Birth and Death. So, are there any questions anyone would like to ask or comments? I covered a lot of different, very important points. So, are there any questions? Yes, Prabhu. Can you speak louder or get the microphone? Okay, speak loud.
So, in the beginning, we read about the spiritual world, and then we said that the spiritual world is unmanifested.
To us.
To
for the time being. That doesn't mean we'll never be able to see the spiritual world. It means right now we're so much in illusion that it's unmanifest to us. But when we become purified by Krishna consciousness, you'll be able to not only see the spiritual world, you'll be able to go to the spiritual world. Yeah. Okay. Any other questions? The more questions, the more you learn.
Guru Maharaj.
Yes, Prabhu.
I think one point that stuck in my mind was
We want to get it out stuck. Go ahead.
This is a good sticking. Is this philosophy of voidism.
Voidism.
Voidism. Actually, when Prabhupada said that actually it's creating more atheism.
Yeah.
I think that's really striking because people, if they get used to there's nothing, that means they'll start enjoying the material world.
If you believe that ultimately when you die there's voidism, there's nothing, right?
Yeah.
So therefore you think, oh, then I better take advantage of what I have now and engage in eating, sleeping, mating, and defending, and not worry about God or the spiritual world.
Yes. Because if we don't, if the philosophy says that there is nobody watching you, that means you are more prone to exploit, take advantage.
You're more prone to commit sinful activities.
Yes. Right.
No. You see, the possibility of understanding God as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and who is present in our hearts, and who knows everything we do, everything we desire, that will make a person a real person. If we deny the fact that we have God in our hearts, and we just are living day to day, eating, sleeping, mating, and defending like an animal, then we'll commit so many different sins, thinking that we can get away with it. Unfortunately, you can't get away with anything, because Krishna is in the heart of every living entity. He knows what we're thinking, what we're doing, what we're desiring, and so forth. So if this is taught to children, they'll grow up to be good citizens of the world. And they'll be very careful about what they say and what they do, because they understand, because of good education, that God is in the heart. And He is the closest person to us. And therefore, we should not only worship God or Krishna, but we should also be very careful not to engage in any sinful activities. That would be a violation of our relationship with Krishna. So what are those sinful activities? Meat eating, gambling, illicit sex, and intoxication. On top of that, you can add cheating, lying, and so forth. So when we become cognizant, when we understand God is in our heart, He's the closest person to us, we cannot get away with anything. He knows everything we're desiring, everything we are doing. Therefore, you become a civilized person. Why? Because there is what you would call a person who is watching everything we do. Krishna is watching and hearing everything we do. Therefore, we cannot get away with anything. We have a witness to all our thoughts, desires, and activities. That makes us careful to not commit sinful activities. A thief does not want to have anyone watching him. A thief wants to steal without anyone knowing that he's stealing, you see. So, but when you understand that God is in your heart and He is watching and hearing everything you do, then you become civilized. You say, well, I can't get away with anything because Krishna is always the witness. The thief thinks, well, there are no witnesses, so I can commit sinful activities, right? Stealing and so forth. But when we learn, especially children, if they learn early in life that it's impossible to be without a witness, because God is the ultimate witness of everything we think, do, and want. So, therefore, one becomes civilized. One will not commit any sinful activities. On the other hand, if that type of education is not given, then people think, I can get away with things. I remember one time there was this gentleman, and he had a very nice wife, and she was like a saintly person, and he cheated on his wife. And, of course, when she found out, she was very disappointed, very much disappointed. And then I saw him, and I said to him, I said, why did you do that? I said, that's such a bad thing to do. Your wife is like a saintly person, and you're cheating on your wife. He said, well, I thought I could get away with it. You can't get away with anything. Krishna's in the heart. He's watching everything we do. How can you get away with something like that? Say, but this is not taught to children. This is not taught to adults also. So people think they can get away with things. You can't get away with anything. There's always going to be a witness. And the first and foremost witness is Krishna himself. And then you also have the sun, you also have the moon, and so forth, so many other witnesses. But the number one witness is Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, if we learn just this, we become civilized. Anyone who understands that you cannot get away with anything because Krishna is in your heart, then you become a civilized person. People who don't believe in Krishna, they think they can get away with all kinds of nonsense activities and ultimately sinful activities, right? But you can't get away with anything because God is in your heart. He's the closest person to you, and he's witnessing everything you think, desire, and so forth. So that is the beginning. That education should be the first thing that children learn. That should be the first. They shouldn't learn arithmetic. They shouldn't learn this thing, that. They should learn that God is in your heart, and he is the witness to everything you do. But they don't teach that in school. So therefore, children, and then later on, grown-up people, they think they can get away with things, But you can't get away with anything because Krishna is in your heart, and he is cognizant of everything we do. That is the principle by which we become civilized. When we believe we can get away with things, we're not civilized. We're even worse than animals, because then we'll do all kinds of sinful things, thinking we can get away with it. Any other questions anyone has? Any other questions? Don't be afraid to ask a question, because if you ask a question, you will learn something. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. You have a question, Mataji? No? Really? Okay. How about you have a question? No? Okay. You have a question, young lady? No? Okay. All right, he has a question here.
Guru Maharaj, I can ask one question.
Yeah, you have a question. Okay.
So, Guru Maharaj,
you see, the reason I ask for questions is if you ask a question, I can answer it, and you can learn something. Go ahead.
So when we try to distribute the books, sometimes we read that some visitors, or we can see that they flatly lie.
They what?
They say lie because they say that they already have the books, but we can find out easily that they don't have it. How do we deal with this situation?
They don't want to buy the book, so they say, "Oh, I already have the book."
Yeah, that's And even with the Bhagavad Gita.
Yeah, yeah.
So how do we deal in those situations?
Well, that's because they have never been educated properly. That's all. They've learned, they might be adults, but they have not been properly educated. Number one thing, as far as education goes, is to learn not to lie. If you lie, you're going to get caught. And then next to that is, don't commit any sinful activities, because you're going to get caught. And then next to that is, don't steal anything, because you're going to get caught and punished. You see? So these are fundamental things that children have to learn. And if they didn't learn it as children, the adults, and when they're adults, they should learn it. That's why it's good to come to the class. That's why it's good to ask questions. That's why it's good to hear genuine devotees explain things so that you don't make unwittingly mistakes. Many people are making big mistakes unwittingly. That means without even realizing that it's sinful. Right? Like, for example, a Hindu who eats meat is no longer a Hindu. Meat eating is a sinful thing. That means you're paying someone to kill an animal, and then you're eating the flesh and blood of that animal. It's a very, very sinful thing, right? But you might say, well, wait a minute, everybody else is doing it, then why can't I do it? Well, everybody else is not educated. That's why they do it. But if they knew how bad it is, like, for example, if you kill a cow, and I hope you never do that, you would have to suffer for every hair on the body of the cow. That's how sacred the cow is, right? So, but if you just say, well, I don't kill the cow, somebody else kills it for me, I just eat the cow. That's also just as seriously, let's say, what you would call dangerous as killing the cow, because you are paying someone to kill a cow so that you can eat the cow. So therefore, Gomata, or a cow, is a sacred animal. Krishna loves cows. He lives with cows every day. He takes them out for having nice grass every day. And if you eat a cow, you're going to suffer terribly, right? And we do see that. You know, the big meat eaters, you know, they get all kinds of diseases. They get what you would call, well, it shortens their lifespan because they're eating dead flesh. We should not eat flesh. We should eat vegetables and milk and water. Those things. Now you might say, well, wait a minute. The vegetables also have some life. Yes, that's true. But Krishna permits us to eat vegetables. He forbids us to eat cows, especially, and any other animal. So, without having education, we will make big mistakes without even knowing that it's a mistake, right? So education is when you come and you hear from bona fide teachers what is the truth. And it begins by what I should eat, because people are eating every day. So the number one education you have to have is, what should I eat, right? So you should never eat meat, fish, eggs, and anything that has eyes in a family. Let's put it like that. Anything that has eyes in a family. But we should eat fresh vegetables and milk and water and fruits and nuts and things like that. Now, even the things that we're eating are living, but Krishna has set aside those things, and therefore there's no sin if you eat vegetables and nuts and so forth. Okay, so ultimately, unless we have education of what Krishna likes and what he doesn't like, we will make mistakes without knowing that it's a mistake. But we'll still get the sinful reaction. Just like if I am not educated, I might start smoking marijuana, thinking, oh, it's good because when I smoke marijuana, it makes my mind more peaceful, or I can sleep better, or I start laughing and having a good time, whatever. That's because I haven't been educated. Marijuana is it's a dangerous drug. It's intoxicating, I say. Just like alcohol is also intoxicating. So in Krishna consciousness, in the beginning, we learn 4 things we should never do. No meat eating, no gambling, no illicit sex, no intoxication, including coffee and tea. Someone will say, oh my God, coffee and tea. What am I going to drink then? Well, you can drink so many nice fruit juices and so forth. You're not going to die by not eating coffee and tea. So this fundamental education should begin with what should I eat? Because people are going to eat every day, maybe 3 times a day. There are other people that sometimes 10 times a day they eat, right? So if you begin education of your children and adults, what should I eat? Because everyone is going to eat food every day. Well, we should only eat foods that are sattvic. Sattvic means there's no killing involved and that it is pure. So an apple is pure, right? Fresh apple is pure. Now you might say, well, yeah, but the apple was on the tree and the tree was living. Now I pulled the apple off the tree. Maybe I've killed a living entity, right? But no, there are certain things that are permitted. So Krishna permits fruits, nuts, and milk and things like that as food. He doesn't accept meat eating, gambling, illicit sex, intoxication, but he accepts fruits and vegetables. But even the fruits and vegetables have to be offered first to Krishna before we eat them. Then you're eating something sanctified. So there's so many things that we have to learn in order to be civilized and in order to be free of unnecessary sinful acts due to ignorance. Yeah. Okay. Any other questions? Any other questions? All right, so it is almost 8:30. So we'll have a little bit more kirtan. Haribol. Now, the Hare Krishna mantra is very, very special. It is something that has come down from the spiritual world. It is not something that is fabricated in the material world. So when you're chanting Hare Krishna, you're chanting a sacred mantra. Man means the mind, and mantra means something that is special. So what is special about the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra? You're directly speaking to Krishna. That means that Krishna is hearing you. So if we chant every day, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, we begin to make genuine devotional service by doing that. That is a service, because if you chant out loud, someone else might hear, and they're going to be benefited by hearing. So we should always chant Hare Krishna loudly, not too loudly, but and in a respectable way, to benefit others also. Not everybody chants Hare Krishna, but a devotee can chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, and loud enough so he can hear himself chanting, and if some people are near him, they can also hear, and they'll be benefited. Even if they don't understand what it is, still, they'll be benefited just by hearing the holy name spoken by a genuine devotee. Okay? So we'll have a little bit more kirtan. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Haribo, Haribo. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Radha Madhava ki jai. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Haribo. Bolo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Bolo Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Bolo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Bolo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Bolo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nita Gaura Haribol, Gaura Haribol, Nita Gaura Haribol. Nita Gaura Haribol, Haribol, Nita Gaura Haribol. Nita Gaura Haribol, Nita Gaura Haribol. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Haribo. Hey, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Bola Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gora Haribo, Hare. Hari bol, Hari bol, Hari bol, Hari bol. Nitai Gaur Hari bol, Hari bol, Hari bol, Hari bol. Nitai Gaur Premanandi ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki jai, Gaur Premanandi. Haribol, Haribol. Thank you very much. And it is time to take rest. Haribol. Unless there are any other questions. Okay, there's a takeaway for today. And that is the following. Purusha sa para partha bhaktya labhyas tvananyaya yasyantak stani bhutani yena sarvam idam tatam. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is greater than all, is attainable by unalloyed devotion. Although he is present in his abode, he is all-pervading, and everything is situated within him. If we are at all interested in reaching that supreme abode, the process as indicated here is bhakti, bhakti yoga. Bhakti means devotional service, submission to the Supreme Lord. The root of the word bhakti is bhaj, which means service. The definition of bhakti is given in the Narada Pancharatra. Sarvapadi vinirmuktam tatparatvena nirmalam Hrishikena Hrishikesha Sevanam Bhaktir Uchyate. Bhakti means engaging all one's senses in the devotional service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the master of the senses. The result is that one is freed from all material designations and one's senses are purified. If one is determined to get out of all the designations that are attached to the pure spirit soul and which arise due to the body and are always changed when the body is changed, one can attain to bhakti. The practice, bhakti, one must realize that he is pure spirit and not matter at all. Our real identity is not this body, which is simply a covering of the soul. Our real identity is dasa, servant of Krishna. When one is situated in his real identity as servant of Krishna and is rendering service to Krishna, then he is a bhakta. Hrishikena Hrishikesha Sevanam. When our senses are free from material designations, we will utilize them in the service of the master of the senses, Hrishikesha, or Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, my dear devotees. Chant Hare Krishna and be happy. Very good. All glories to Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
He's my in the neighborhood. He came with me. I was thinking to introduce to you. No, he came from India.
Yeah.
I'm sponsoring on set
Who's that for?
to Bhagavad. To Maharaj.
Oh, that's for you. Hare Jai Shri Krishna Bhagavan ki jai. Now who's this one? What?
Her son.
So this is the Srimad Bhagavatam. You can worship the Srimad Bhagavatam because it's Krishna.
Yeah.
Okay. Hare Bol.
Thank you.
Maharaj, her family is special because he's her older son,
Yeah.
11-year-old,
No, 14.
14-year-old. So he comes to Mangalarti almost every day,
Oh, wonderful.
just himself.
Okay.
He just walks, gets ready.
Nearby here?
Ah.
Nearby here?
Yeah, we are staying just me and
Yeah, Mataji does a lot of service also.
Yeah.
But her son is like, even parents don't come. He's here all the time.
He wakes up early. That's
Yeah,
right.
he wakes up early, takes
gonna be
bath, and
very
just comes
healthy.
alone.
You're very fortunate. Thank you. Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you. Krishna blessings.
Yeah, it's a big blessing. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Hare Bol, Hare Bol, Hare Bol.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Yes.
Maharaj, this Prabhu is
Hare
in
Krishna.
my neighborhood.
Yeah.
From Rajasthan.
Rajasthan. Oh, okay. Rajasthani. Okay.
In our small district,
Yeah.
but ISKCON Mandir is established before
Oh, okay.
6 months before.
Before, yeah.
But I don't go there because my accident is done and my hip replacement.
You can come here. You can come here. Yeah.
I offered to come with me, so he came with me today.
Yeah, very good. You're always welcome. Yeah. You can always bring him.
Yes.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Prabhu wants to click one picture with you. Is it
Yeah,
okay, Maharaj?
sure. Okay, come on. You're welcome. Always chant Hare Krishna.